Right, so we're in good form. Man City have dropped points so we can go above them today. You all know how this is going to end. Hello everyone and welcome back to more Careering Onwards with me, Mr. Grand 2 here with Liverpool. It's the run-in. We've got 10 league games left as well as the Champions League and the FA Cup still to go. It could be an amazing season. Of course, we've already won the League Cup, or it could be a season of disappointment. Now, as you can see, Manchester City are top of the Premier League, but they are now only 1 point clear of us, with us having a game in hand that we are about to play against Newcastle United. We're back a little bit sooner than I anticipated. We'll have a look at that, at why that is in a second, but we've been here before. We've had the opportunity to go above City throughout this season. We have had the opportunity to extend our lead over them throughout this season, and every single time we haven't managed to do it. We are at St James's Park. Can we do it today? Of course, we did start the season top of the league. We were top of the league for the first few game weeks, and then we did go above City once, but since then, every single time we capitalise on their slip-up, we fail to do so. How have they slipped up? Well, they drew 1-1 with Leeds United, a very good result as far as we are concerned, and in the meantime our results only the 2 games, but they have been 2 wins, which has allowed us to capitalise on City's slip up. Well, Middlesbrough were up first of all in the FA Cup 5th round. They're bottom of the Premier League. The reserves did the job. It was a 2-0 win, which was great, although it has kind of ruined this episode because it meant that the Arsenal game that we were going to play today has been postponed quite far off into the future. The league game we played in between as well was a 3-0 win against Brighton and Hove Albion. Rafinha, Vujovic and Colin Nicholson with a rare goal as well to get the job done, and as you've seen, move us within 1 point of City, and meaning that if we beat Newcastle now, we will go above them. So let's just get straight to it. We have of course got the second leg against Juventus coming up as well as the second game today, but it would be not as good going into that one if we were not top of the Premier League. So here is the team. It's the team that's been playing for the last few matches and doing very well. Alisson still in goal. Rafinha, Foucher, Van Dijk, Alexander-Arnold the defence. Salvador has usurped Frankie de Jong at the base of the midfield alongside Bentancur and Paqueta. Salah on the left, Vujovic on the right, and Colin Nicholson, goal-scoring form from the Scotsman up front. We did have a little bit of an injury. You can see there Jordan Richard is out injured. He's got a few more days of injury, unfortunately, but Harvey Elliott's come onto the bench to deputise. Right, now this is the kind of game that we have in this season slipped up in. Of course, against Wolves, we lost when it would have really helped to win. Against Southampton, we lost when it would have really helped to win. Against Arsenal, we lost when it would have really helped to win. Can we turn the tide and beat Newcastle? Our form is really good. We are away from home. That's a bit of an issue. I've just skipped past Newcastle's team as well. Let's have a quick look at that one. And some decent players. Nabil Fekir, of course, is excellent. He's getting on a bit, but he's still good. Sam Maximan still there. Got Jude Bellingham as well, and Jamal Lascelles still there too. But we should have enough about us to get the job done. Our fitness is a lot better than theirs. Here's a corner early on, which they've scored from. Is it going to be offside? It's not offside. It's not. It didn't do the thing. That's unfortunate. It didn't do the graphic thing, but it counts. And obviously, I mean, we all saw that one coming, didn't we? Jamal Lascelles scores, and Liverpool are behind to Newcastle in a must-win game. Immediate highlight though to respond. Rafinha beats his man on the left. Can he find a good ball in? He's been fouled. Anthony Taylor has given a penalty. Mohamed Salah will take. And to be honest, I can't really watch. I can't watch. He's scored. We're back in it. Okay, good. And it's playing Jamal Lascelles. The game's all kinds of confused. It's absolutely all. It wasn't Jamal Lascelles. There we go. Mohamed Salah. Well, a nightmare start for us, but an immediate response. A nightmare start for the match engine as well. It doesn't even know what's happening. Free kick for Newcastle to immediately take the lead again, and they've done it. It's Martin Bennett, a regen, with the goal. Why does this always happen? Why can't we just do it? Why can't we just do it properly? He's literally just phased through Alisson there. He's apparently onside. He is onside. That's fair enough. But he's just run through Alisson as if he doesn't even exist. I question that one from the laws of physics. I mean, it's not been an ideal first half, really, has it? I knew this was going to happen. We would still only be 1 point behind Man City if we lost, but this is just... You're in such good form. This is terrible. What are you doing? What are you doing? We have been in brilliant form. We have the opportunity. Why is it that every single time we get the opportunity to go above City, we just choke? I mean, Newcastle are playing phenomenally. It's Newcastle. They're not even having a good season. We're going to go 3-1 down here. I can feel it. Not quite. Fakir puts it over the bar. Where are Newcastle? I mean, they're up to 6th as a result of this, so they're not having a terrible season by any means at all. But we are better than them. We should be winning this one easily. Salah with the corner in. Nicholson, of course, misses. Time is going away here, and well, here's the third for Newcastle. Surely it's blocked. 2 set-piece goals for them today. It's not been good enough, and this second half is just draining away. Vujovic, get him off. Vignato coming on. The defence has been pretty poor today. I'm going to take off Trent Alexander-Arnold for Max Aarons, maybe slightly more attacking, and then Bentancur can come off for De Jong because he's lacking fitness. But I don't think anything is going to happen. I mean, we'll go attacking for the final 10 minutes. That'll probably result in another Newcastle goal, and it's not the end of the world, I suppose, but once again we are relying on City to drop points. This was supposed to be the heroic triumph. This was supposed to be the day. What have I just seen? What have I just witnessed? I mean, it's not even like they didn't deserve it. Well, they didn't really deserve it. They did have more clear-cut chances than us, but that was rubbish. That was absolute rubbish. And once again, for the millionth time this season, despite the fact that we're in great form, we have the opportunity to go top of the Premier League, and once again, we don't do it. I don't think there's any way of sort of like directly tracking it in game, but I do feel like every opportunity we've had to sort of go above City, we've just failed. Every single time. It was just so predictable. I said it as a joke at the start, but, well, it's not a joke now. It's a disgrace. That was absolutely dreadful. The fact that we've gone into that. Look, I mean, we've been so good recently. Our form has been sensational. And then we just go to Newcastle. Yeah, they're not bad, but they're not great. And then we were just hopeless. That was it. That was the moment. And predictably, we have completely and utterly choked. We're reliant on City to drop points again. I mean, they do keep dropping points. They could have had this league wrapped up by now, given how bad we've been. They've lost 6 games this season, only 2 draws. But just it's actually I don't even know. It's just ridiculous how much we love to bottle it when we have the chance to win. I mean, chance for City to drop points immediately after that one against Chelsea here. What is their running like? They've still got to play Arsenal. Otherwise, relatively comfortable and kind. And I don't know. That was the chance. That was the chance. And I think we've thrown it away. But we have been in this situation before, of course, and we've managed to come back largely due to luck with City dropping points, which they've not done this time. A 3-2 win for them to extend the lead back up. But anyway, we've got our new intake of youth players. Let's have a look at this. Not as good as last year. We've got Stuart Hurd, who we've stolen from Motherwell, and they might as well have kept him, really. Right then, chance for some immediate morale-boosting victory football stuff. We've got to beat Juventus. We obviously have the advantage. We've got the away goal from the first leg, and that's obviously very nice indeed. But we need to see a bit more today if we're going to be able to get through to the quarter-finals again. I mean, the Champions League may well be the opportunity for us to do well this season, as we seem to be intent on just not winning the Premier League. I'm going to bring Frenkie de Jong back in place of Salvador, see if that makes a difference, but otherwise no changes from the team that was so hopeless against Newcastle. Give them a chance to improve and to perform after their utterly disgraceful performance last time out. I'm going to say, I don't think it's going to be, I don't like those team talks. We've got to guard against complacency, get the job done. Probably should have said just go out there and win, but they seem incapable of doing that when it really matters. Of course, the draw would be enough for us in this one, given the away goal situation. So this is the kind of game where no highlights would be quite good. It's a corner though. Salah puts it in, cleared, and Juventus are breaking. They've got We've got a lot of defenders back, so they'll probably find some sort of way to score here. We're looking well set up. We do manage to clear it though. Vujovic trying to get there, but it's gone back to Andy Robertson. And Juventus look to come forwards again. We're a little bit more stretched this time. Schurz has lost out to Nicholson, who's actually done something for once. Salah to Paqueta, driving forwards from him. Vujovic on the right-hand side, it's blocked. And then Nicholson, he's scored. He can't score against Newcastle in a game that we absolutely have to win, but he scores against Juventus in a game that we didn't actually need to score in at all, as long as they didn't score either. But it's good. It's good that he's done it. Well done, Colin. Well done. It's a good finish from him. We'd just like to see that a little bit more often, maybe. 1-0, 2-1 on aggregate, looking good to go through. Foucher's giving the ball away here, and a chance for Juventus to strike back. Of course, an away goal for them changes everything. We'd be heading into extra time type territory, which, again, this is another thing I love so much. We do that so often as well. Alisson is able to claim it, though. Punts it down towards Mohamed Salah. And a second would be very nice indeed. That would certainly make things a little bit safer. Rafinha on the left hand side, Salah across. It's gone away. It's been bundled in, and it's Colin again. And he scored 2 goals in a game for, I think, the first time in his entire life. Certainly in a Liverpool shirt. He might have done it at Fulham. I think he might have done it earlier on in the season at some point, but I don't really remember. I think this is the first time that he's won. I mean, it's a fantastic finish from him. Sliding through 2 players, but apparently that's not a foul, and it counts. 2-0. We're looking very good. Well, Juventus aren't done yet though. Koita running through the entire defence. It's a good opportunity. What a run, but not a good finish. Juventus still happy to try and upset us though. Well, Robertson's been robbed by Vujovic on the right hand side. Puts it across. Nicholson doesn't get the hat-trick this time. And we go into the break 2-0 to the good, 3-1 on aggregate. It's looking very, very, very nice indeed as far as this is concerned. The second half is rapidly disappearing as we're very good at making that happen. Absolutely fantastic at making that happen. Trent Alexander-Arnold has gone down injured. Great stuff. Absolutely brilliant. Although he wasn't particularly good against Newcastle, so maybe it's a blessing in disguise. We'll bring Aarons on for him, and then let's take off Vujovic, who has played relatively well today, and Salah as well. He can come off too, and just see this one out. And there we go, very routine. Liverpool 2, Juventus 0, 3-1 overall between the 2 legs, and we are safely through to the Champions League quarter-final. Absolutely fantastic stuff. There's a note of sarcasm in my voice, because we can't beat Newcastle, but we can beat Juventus. Trent's out for 6 weeks, which is not at all ideal, really, not at all ideal, but we'll have to make do with it. Colin, well done. I really wish you'd done that against Newcastle, but at least you did it there and then. Right, we'll just stay with this and find out who we are going to be playing in the next round. Obviously, that has split things up quite a bit. We've got so many Premier League games still to play. It's not over yet. We're only 1 point behind City. It just would have been nice if it had been in our hands, really, but that's what we're going to come back to next time. We'll do all that in one episode, I think, with the Arsenal game as well, triple game special, and then we'll probably just skip over the Middlesbrough game. Yeah, that's what we'll come back to next time. But let's see who we're going to be playing. Still 1 more round of fixtures to go. Well, Man City might well win the Premier League, but they're not going to be winning the Champions League this season. Barcelona knocking them out, which is good in some ways, but obviously not good from the point of view that they'll have fewer games to play now, meaning that they should be a bit fitter for the league run-in. Right then, Champions League quarter-final. Let's see who we can play. Hopefully we can get a bit of a better draw than last year. I mean, Lyon and Leipzig would probably be the 2 kindest opponents, although no one at this stage in the Champions League is really easy. Let's try and avoid United. Let's try and avoid Real Madrid. Let's try and avoid Bayern and Barcelona as well. Let's see who we get, and we are out first. Well, second, first tie, and it's RB Leipzig, which is, I mean, they're not bad. Of course, they're not bad. They're former Bundesliga champions in the save, and you know they're second in the Bundesliga at the moment. Pretty good squad as well. Quite a lot of good players, including Kanate. But that's quite a kind draw, I think, compared to what we could also have had. And there we go. Man United will have to play Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, and Real Madrid, Lyon as well. Well, that's completely changed things. The Arsenal game has once again been completely pushed back. but we will be playing that either side of the Middlesbrough game, so that is what we're going to come back for next time. Both legs against RB Leipzig. The goals from Middlesbrough as well. They're bottom of the league, so that should be pretty comfortable 3 points, you'd hope, but then, I mean, so should this, but that's not how things work out. Let's just forget about the Premier League. We'll see what happens with that. We'll forget about that and focus on the Champions League instead. Let's try and win that, because that's probably the only way we're going to save our job if we don't overhaul Man City. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed our usual choking and incompetence. Make sure you subscribe as well so you don't miss what happens. You don't want to miss what happens over the next few episodes, because we're probably going to end up either with the Champions League or getting sacked. That's sort of how it goes to me this year, really, I think. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.